Okay, I want to share with you some of my new research activities. I'm working on that for the last 2 years. Okay, and okay, so here it is. We talked about plankton-driven ecosystems associated with upwelling. Okay, there's a sketch on the left. We know quite a bit about these ecosystems because we can use satellites to identify plankton blooms to see sea surface temperature anomalies and all that stuff. And we can also use satellite the images of satellites to actually go out with vessels and do direct measurements during the times of upwelling. All right. However, there's a different type of ecosystem. Okay, and that's the new idea. And we know that these ecosystems exist, but it's ecosystems driven by the concentration of particulate organic matter, but at depth in the dark. Okay? We're talking about continental margins. So it's in the dark, and it's about the concentration of particles by currents. Okay, and associated with that are animals like this. Here, the krill. Okay, yeah. Or we have the squid. They migrate vertically, and they go up and down. All right. So how do we know that they exist? We actually have a link to these type of ecosystems, and the link are whales. Okay. Both the toothed whales and the whales that don't have teeth. Okay, the baleen whales, because they eat these animals. They eat squid. Some of them eat squid. Some of them focus on krill. But we can also see them at the surface because they need to breathe. Okay, so the whales are actually the link between the surface and these type of. All right, let's have a look at what type of processes you can have, and it's a little bit summarized here. You can have different mechanisms or different structures. So what's shown here are different type of trapping mechanisms. So you can have a local trapping. Okay? Essentially, we call it a convergence. So there's flows coming from all sides, and you have a trapping of particles. Or you can have a concentrated stream of particles. And you have a concentration and a stream through a certain region. Okay? Then, if you look at the mechanisms, it can be different mechanisms, as shown here in the bottom left. You can have an upwelling upward on continental slopes of particles, or you could have an upwelling which actually lifts particles away from the seafloor and moves them away from the seafloor. Call this water column. Anyway, that's just a detail, but what I demonstrate to you is something like this actually helps to have these conceptual models to understand the possibilities. Yep. All right.